Alvin and the Chipmunks Trick or Treason is an Alvin and the Chipmunks short film from 1994. This is directed by Walt Kubiak, and we have a brilliant voice cast, including Ross Bagdasarian Jr., Janice, Karman, Vanessa Bagdasarian, and Michael Bagdasarian. And I like the messages in this. I didn't really care for the execution of the narrative. And while it's certainly not badly animated, I didn't find it that engaging either. I love spooky animations. I was really looking forward to that and seeing some fun costumes and things and a lot of Halloween vibes. And I just felt like that part of it wasn't that great. The narrative itself is okay. It's all about accepting people for who they are, accepting oneself, and also not trying hard to impress the wrong kinds of people, as this is what Alvin does. He's trying to impress the monsters and be initiated into this club, and, well, I won't say what happens, because the whole thing is only about 20 minutes and I don't want to give away too much, but Alvin has some lessons to learn. Theodore was particularly admirable in this one. He had some really great personality displays here, and he was also adorable as well. He's dressed in this cute little costume, and that costume I did particularly like. The rest of the costumes I found to be kind of boring. Not bad as such. I wouldn't say they were badly animated, but they just weren't very interesting. And the narrative itself, while we did have some really lovely messages, some really important messages about where priorities should be and what should be considered important versus what isn't, but the actual delivery of those messages, although clear, just was a little bit dull to me. So I don't want to say I was completely disappointed by this, but I did have quite high hopes and it didn't really deliver. Maybe my hopes were too high. Maybe I'm the problem. Who knows? But certainly I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to, particularly as I'm a fan of Alvin and the Chipmunks. But at the same time, everything worked well. The animation was fine. The narrative does flow well. The pacing is good. The progression's not too bad. I just didn't find it very engaging. The characters in this, other than the Chipmunks, of course, are pretty decent. I'd say the characters are well-written, well-presented characters, so that definitely works in its favour. But in general, I just didn't find it to be very spooktacular. It wasn't really what I was hoping for. I think there are significant rooms for improvement throughout this, but it's not bad. If you're a fan of Alvin and the Chipmunks, I'd say maybe give it a watch, see if you like it, but I definitely wouldn't be watching it a second time. Alvin and the Chipmunks Trick or Treason is okay for a one-time watch, but it definitely wasn't as good as I'd hoped for.